This is the Tucson Tasty Show, and I'm your host, Wesley Source, here with Pastor John McClain of Veteran Rescue Mission and Common Good Radio Show. How you doing?
I am blessed and highly favored. Another amazing day with some of my favorite people in the world. What more could I ask for?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Well, I hope everybody had a great holiday, and it is New Year's Eve, so Happy New Year's, and I hope that everybody's safe tonight.
Yeah, drive safely. Don't drink too much, if at all. Actually, I'm a pastor, so
don't drink and drive. Everything in moderation, including moderation. If this is the one night that you are a little bit more moderate, then great. If not, call me for a ride.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, don't call me, but call him.
And my phone number is... Oh, no, we lost sound.
Yeah, let's call it Uber. Or
we are brought to you by Kiki Rogers with Country Financial Insurance, Vero Premium Beef, ERC Junction, Veteran Rescue Mission, Pitcher Rocks, Cooling, Heating, and Plumbing, Bella's Gelato, Dirty Cactus Soap, and Mafia Kitchen. This is the coffee with the guys next door.
Yeah.
Brought to you by Pitcher Rocks, Cooling, Heating, and Plumbing. Here with Ron Arenas. How you doing today?
I'm doing great.
Yeah?
Yeah.
You having fun?
I am, yeah.
Outstanding. And you brought somebody very special into the studio with us today, didn't you?
I did, yeah.
Why don't you go ahead and introduce?
I brought my oldest son, Alex.
Hi, Alex. How are you?
I'm doing good. How are you?
Good.
Don't talk to him like he's a 15-year-old just because he's his oldest son. Hello, Alex. How are you doing, little buddy?
I did the same thing to Ron, though.
That's how he always talks to me.
Yeah, that's true.
That's how I talk to everybody. I'm sorry. It wasn't meant that way. I promise. Alex, what do you do?
As job-wise, I work for Lucid in the mechanical repair department for powertrain.
Oh, very cool. Awesome.
Yeah, when he described it to me earlier, it sounded super high speed. I think he's kind of dumbing it down for us now, but it seems like he does kind of like a sophisticated version of a new age mechanic. That's what it seems like it is. Like for people that were mechanics, their whole life or wanted to get into mechanics, it seems like Alex has found a nice niche that is a pathway for mechanics to get into otherwise. So yeah, it was super cool to talk with him on the Common Good Radio Show and the guys next door and hear about the awesome stuff he does.
All right. Well, what new age mechanic? Please explain that to me.
It's mainly automation. We focus on automation lines and robotics. So there is a mixture of mechanical, electrical, and fabrication that kind of all plays into each other. And pretty much we just keep our line going, make sure we are producing numbers, and make sure everything's running efficiently.
All right. Well, my dad's been a mechanic his entire life. He was in the Navy for 5 minutes, but that was about the extent of his time there. He's still a veteran.
Oh, thank you for your service. Wesley's dad.
4 years, but he was. But he's been a mechanic. He's actually one of the lead technicians at Desert Toyota.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. And that was actually Alex. He was at a dealership, right? And then went to where he's working at now.
Yeah, I worked at Chapman Ford for a little bit.
Fair enough. Are you happy there? Because Family Auto Body's always also looking for mechanics. They always are. Those are my uncles.
I think my next step is actually going out on my own.
Fair enough.
Oh, that's cool.
Absolutely.
That's cool.
That's the way to do it.
And Alex is really into the car scene also.
Oh, he is.
Well,
do you have any nice cars that you could show?
I have a 2011 M3 that I'm actually in the process of wide bodying right now. But
beautiful.
Everyone knows what it is, but it doesn't come out very often. So it's
right.
It's a it's a little art piece.
Nice.
Absolutely,
that's cool.
We do have a car show coming up on the 13th. If you want to bring it out,
sure.
And that's going to be at 601 South Tucson Boulevard, Tucson, Arizona 85716. And that's going to be, again, January 13th. Doors open at 10 a.m. Setup time. I can get you that information as well. And we'd love to have you out there for the car show. Absolutely.
Cool.
And if you know anybody else, tell them to bring their cars out. All right. Okay. Space is limited, but we have a few spots left.
Perfect.
All right. And then we went to Exo Coffee.
Exo Coffee. Or Exo Roasting Company, I think.
Exo Roasting Company, that's right. And that's down on 6th and 5th, or did I mix
6th
that
and
up?
7th.
6th and 7th.
Yeah, 6th Avenue and 7th Street.
I was turn around to ask producer Tina.
The brains of the operation.
brains of the operation, that's right. And have you ever been over to Exo?
Mm-mm.
What's your favorite coffee place in Tucson, Alex?
Probably Roadrunner.
Yeah?
Yeah.
I've never been to Roadrunner Coffee.
Yeah, it's because
definitely
you
make
live
a
on the
stop.
opposite
Yeah.
side of the world of us.
Oh,
so-
that's fair.
It is, yeah. It's probably about 40 miles away from your house.
Yeah.
All right. Well, it's a few minutes, but
Yeah, it's a few.
well, you'll have to bring some out for me. How's
Yeah.
that?
Definitely.
Mhm.
I'm looking forward to trying it. But we went to Exo. That's kind of downtown, so it's probably halfway between where I am and where you are. And they roast the coffee, and they serve some amazing coffee.
Yeah.
What'd you think of the coffee?
I loved it. Yeah. That cold brew that I had was excellent.
Yes, yeah, I had the
Yeah.
cold brew as well. You had it flavored though.
I had the Chiltepin cold
yeah, that's
brew.
right.
So it was spicy, and then it had some chocolate in it also.
That's right.
Yeah.
I really wish I had gotten some of that, but I was just trying to cruise with the coffee.
Yeah, and that's what I get every single time. I'm like an 8-year-old when it comes to variety. So yeah, I just get a regular cup of coffee and make it into Yoo-hoo every single time.
You like your sugar with coffee
Yeah,
and cream? I think
absolutely.
there was a song about that somebody wrote.
Yeah, you should make it if they did.
It was Beastie Boys.
Oh, yeah.
And so XO, what was your? I think my favorite part was sitting out front in the Santa suit and watching everybody drive by
And wave at you.
and wave at me, and then writing down people's license plates that were driving by, texting and driving.
That would have kept you busy the whole day.
I would have been.
yeah,
it was,
pretty much everyone was texting
I
as they were
wasn't-
driving by.
I was writing anything down just for the record.
Yeah, at
but-
least for 2 or 3 days, definitely. Yeah, you were the cat's meow around town with your Santa suit for sure. I think you enjoyed that a little bit too much. But back to EXO, yeah, going into that place, it was really cool. And I was telling Ron, kind of just looking around the place, and it's a cool thing about the downtown area is like
Mhm.
all those buildings have been so many different things over the years.
They've had so many
Yeah.
different lives.
Mhm.
The structures are
Mhm.
they're really cool down there.
Yeah. And then it's just the XO coffee that we go into. Like we were looking at it, it was like, man, this could have been so many different things. This could have been a boarding house at one time. This
Yeah.
could have probably been
grocery store,
20 different, grocery
warehouse,
stores, 20 different
who
other
knows?
businesses. But it's like, as you walk in, it definitely gives you that authentic feel of like
Right.
a brewing shop, kind of old school, authentic, like real. You can smell like the coffee just punches you right in the nose as you come in. So yeah, I really enjoyed it.
Well, I'm looking forward to next week. We're actually going to Presta Coffee.
Mm.
Have you ever been to Presta? You've been to Presta Coffee. I took you to Presta Coffee, Ron.
Have we?
Yeah, we went to Presta Coffee right there by, I always call it Augustine Square because it's the restaurant, but it's right there by Sace.
I don't remember.
Mikado?
Oh, the
Mikado
Mikado
Square.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes, you are correct.
The
And that
Mikado
was a
San
very tasty
Augustine.
one.
Yeah.
But we're going back to the source.
We're going back to the original one.
Yes,
yeah.
we're going back to the main one where they actually roast the coffee. Looking forward to that. Everybody was invited. But yeah, Presta's one of my favorites. If you get a chance, Alex, and but I got to get out to Roadrunner. Sounds
yeah.
like.
Yeah, you'll have to get up to Roadrunner and check it out with us.
Even though I did hear them talking about behind the scenes, it may be their favorite just because it's closest to them, but it may be good as well.
Yeah. Oh, it's good. It's definitely good.
Fair enough. And you're going to be out here for the Tucson Charity Food Festival, right?
Right.
And so I'm looking forward to seeing you there. Are you going to be doing a brisket?
I'm not sure yet. I'm not sure. Possibly.
Cutoff's end of the week, so
Okay.
let me know so I can get you the rules of engagement,
Okay.
as I have dubbed
I'll
them.
be a little sad if you don't. As much as I've heard about your brisket skills,
Okay.
I kind of want to check it out.
Cody Peck's going to be there, and he's going to do a brisket.
Yeah? Okay.
He's actually going to be borrowing one of my smokers because he doesn't have a transportable one. Mine's not really transportable either, but I have a ramp for my truck. So, and then, oh gosh, we have so many people. In fact, we had the last guest of the show is going to be Tipsy Smash Mouth Barbecue, which is a mouthful. He actually lives out by you, and he does some mean brisket as well. But
Is it a food truck?
He's a food truck.
Okay.
Yeah. Well, kind of a food truck. He's a food trailer.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
And it's pretty funny to watch him drive down the road because there's just smoke bellowing out of the back of the trailer.
Nice.
Wow.
And
nice.
yeah, it's a lot of fun.
Yeah.
So, any words of wisdom before we go into this break?
No, not necessarily.
No wise words from Honorine.
Go try EXO
How about
coffee.
you? Go try
Yeah.
EXO coffee. How about you, Pastor?
Do I have any wise words? Yeah, definitely. Just people be safe. Like definitely it being New Year's. Like there's nothing that ruins a New Year worse than having to deal with a serious accident or your family members having to deal with a family member
That's fair.
loss.
Yeah.
So certainly, I mean, whether you drink or not, whether you support drinking or not, just be mindful. That's all I ask.
Thank you for that. And thank you, Alex, for joining us here on the show. Ron, it's always great to see you. And I'm Wesley Source, host of the Tucson Tasty Show. We'll be right back. Special thanks to our sponsors, Kiki Rogers of Country Financial Insurance, Vero Premium Beef, Veteran Rescue Mission, The Guys Next Door, Pitcher Rocks Cooling, Heating, and Plumbing, Dirty Cactus Soap, ERC Junction, Bella's Gelato, Mafia Kitchen, and again, Wesley Source, Tasty Tucson. Welcome back to the Tucson Tasty Show. I'm your host, Wesley Source, here with Pastor John McLean of Veteran Rescue Mission. And we have a very special guest here with us in studio. Not only do we have Sean Smiley of ERC Junction he snuck in on the break, and so he's going to get 2 segments today, which is great.
He
I'm
deserves
excited
it.
about that. But we also have executive chef Gary Hickey of Charo Steak in Delray, and Flores Concepts, and I'll let you do your titles.
All the good stuff, yeah.
All the good stuff in Tucson.
Head dishwasher.
And you recently have been quite the celebrity chef around town. I mean, you've been in the newspaper quite a few times. You've been on quite a few different podcasts around town. Is that her fault?
Mostly, yeah. So she's this is our marketing director, Ami Fong. She makes all the background happen. So,
Aha.
so if you guys watch the 12 Days of Steak,
Hello.
it's all her fault.
The 12 Days of Steak, that was beautiful. That was actually really a lot of fun.
It was a lot of content to try to
I found out that Chef Gary has the same Santa costume as me.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay.
I was really excited. I was like, that's the Santa costume I have.
I'm not sure if you saw sorry. So I'm not sure if you saw the bloopers or the behind the scenes.
I haven't
that
yet.
was by far my favorite thing. It was
What platform is that on?
So it's on Chef's Instagram.
Instagram? Okay.
Yeah, so we put together a little video.
I know what I'm doing tonight.
and it was kind of funny because we did the 12 Days of Christmas, and it's always just, you never know what's going to happen.
Mhm.
The first couple of days there was always like a few you got to retake it again.
That's
And then
fair.
we just day 12 we just nailed it in one take. It was crazy. And we were like, wait,
Practice.
That was
right?
it.
Practice.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, for sure.
And you're also on the Food Network.
Yeah.
Battle of the Decades.
Very nice.
Can you tell us about that a little bit?
yeah. So it was kind of a newer format for food competition. Basically 3 teams, one younger generation chef, a new school, and one older generation chef, old school. I don't know why I got put in the old school, but
Yeah, it doesn't make sense to me
it
either.
doesn't make sense to me. But, and then the 3 teams would go up against each other, and there was kind of a theme to it. The host was Jonathan. I can't remember his name, but he was in Mean Girls. Yeah, so our show was like Jonathan B. It starts with a B. I don't know. It's okay. We'll get the fact checkers on it. It's fine.
Yeah, they'll
She's
they'll
checking
check
it out, right?
yeah.
Somebody else say
Go to the
something.
comment
15
thread.
phones just
Yeah.
popped out in the
I
studio,
know.
and we've got
So we, me and my teammate went against 4 other chefs, and it basically was kind of like a tournament style. And then once we got to the end, we went against each other, and I won. So
and you won.
yeah,
No big deal. Jonathan Bennett.
I knew
Oh
it.
yeah,
I knew it
Jonathan
was-
Bennett.
Yeah.
Okay.
So fetch.
But
Mean Girls reference.
Mean Girl reference. Okay. Thank you.
Yeah, that went
for-
way over my head. I had no idea what that meant.
Unfortunately, I don't either, Sean.
I think it means handsome or something. I'm not sure. Yeah, I have to ask my teenage boys. They know. They give me all my hip information. But yeah, it's
Wait, so now
interesting.
you're teaching Wesley something today.
Every now and again, I'll
That's
teach him a
good.
thing or two. Usually,
right.
he's the one teaching me.
No.
Yeah.
I think that's an equal partnership there. Tell us a little bit about your background in the food industry. What got you into it?
So I was at-risk youth. I was actually homeless, and there was this new program that had started at Amphi that year, and I was not going to school at the time, and it was this program called Youth on Their Own. They've obviously gone national since.
Yes. Yep.
But class of 1991 was the very first year of Youth on Their Own, and it started here in Tucson, which a lot of people don't know. And they kind of, they get you on your feet, get you a place to stay, and get you going back to school. I ended up getting my first job at this little Greek restaurant across the street from the U of A Stadium. It's not there anymore. It's called Marathon. I don't know if anybody's been in Tucson for a long time.
Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah. They used to pay me under the table because I think I was 14 and a half when I started working there. So they give me euro and cash every day, and that's kind of how I got the bug. I started working at Keaton's in the Foothills. That was my first professional job, and just loved it ever since. It's all I've ever done.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's incredible. And actually, I know one of somebody else that was one of the first, Eric Debris. He's a good friend of mine.
Oh.
And he sits on the board now
Oh,
for
nice. Yeah,
Youth
yeah.
on Their Own. They're actually one of the people that I support.
Well, thank you. It's a great program. They've been trying to get me to get on the board for years. I'm so busy. I'd hate to disappoint them. So I'll cook for them.
No, and thank you for taking time out of your busy day to come out to us, because I'm sure you're still busy. It's New Year's Eve, but you guys are going crazy between Christmas and New Year's, right?
Oh yeah, we're really ramped up for the Arizona Bowl this year. Wyoming just brings the thunder. They love Arizona for some reason. I don't know. And they're a party school, like even worse than I think Phoenix is. But they like to come in droves. So yeah.
Yeah, we don't say their name here.
They
Team up there.
I couldn't even remember the name.
It's all about Wildcats. That's all that matters.
Amen.
Yeah. It's going to be a good game. It was a good game because it's New Year's Eve, and this is obviously
Are you
broadcast
okay?
on
Are you
Sunday.
okay, Wesley?
Hang on, I got to regather my
Coming to you from the future.
coming to you from the future. Thank you.
It's a 12 underscore for the spread. So.
Do you have any big meal plans for New Year's Eve?
We have the huge, we have the taco drop that's across the street from Monica. And, we're just going to blow it out at the Monica. And we got fireworks happening on the roof. There's rumors that Mark Wahlberg might be in town. So,
Really?
Yeah, he actually reached out to Raymond yesterday. He actually shared one of our posts, or actually two of our posts.
I saw that. Yeah.
And he's just like salt of the earth kind of guy. Like he's just
absolutely.
like, hey, I'm going to be here in town, and I want to go to eat your restaurants, and here's my cell phone number.
Well, you guys were sporting his tequila. That wouldn't surprise me.
Yeah. Not that he needs much support. I mean, they have like 25 million followers.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
The last was it the last day of Christmas that you guys had the tequila all over the
Last year.
Yep,
Yeah.
the last two, and I've tried his tequila, but I don't like the silvers. I like the Resperados and Añejos.
Yeah,
and
the
stuff,
Añejo's
so-
really good. The Reposado's up there with some of the best. It's not over manipulated. There's no added,
really?
Yeah, there's no added caramel. There's no added sugar, stuff like that. So that's all.
Well, that might be worth a taste.
What's the name of the tequila?
just a half a shot.
Yeah, Flecha Azul.
So half.
Flecha Azul. Yeah, the Blue Arrow. So they're doing some good stuff. They're doing some old school techniques. And,
That's awesome.
Yeah. So not trying to ride that celebrity tequila train, but they're doing a great job.
Fair enough. I typically hide out in my home. In fact, most of my family just comes over to my house, and I cook and cook and cook.
That seems to be the case for most occasions, though. So, yeah.
I want to
That's
hear
not
how the
surprising.
roast beef turned out.
Oh, so Vera Earl gave us an 8.6 pound prime rib roast.
Oh, nice.
And it was freshly butchered and dropped off to us.
Never frozen.
Never
Beautiful.
frozen. Literally never frozen. They didn't because it was just a couple days before Christmas. So they brought it out to the house, and I just put it in the fridge and let it hang out, and then pulled it out an hour before cook time. Let it get up to room temp. Then we covered it in olive oil, red wine. There was garlic. There was thyme. There was sage, and there was one more thing. What was that? Oregano. And we just smoked it for 6.5 hours.
Oh wow.
And so 225 for 5 hours, and then we bumped it up to 350 because it was getting late, and, and I was like, it needs to finish, but it needed to crisp up anyways. All the fat rendered, and it was just absolutely gorgeous and tasty. And yep.
Are you running sticks or are you on a?
I'm on a Traeger. Yep. Easy
That's
bake.
the way to go.
Easy bake.
I mean, Michael's been winning crazy competitions with his Traeger, and he's just
Absolutely
killing it. He's getting walks every time, and I think he placed third in brisket last time he competed on Traeger. So hopefully he'll get that sponsorship soon.
Yeah, knock on wood.
White Claws and Traeger. Let's go.
Man.
Yep.
Oh,
Definitely in the future, Chef Gary, I want to speak more about kind of like this journey that you went from. I mean, just being a chef is super cool. Like we have chefs on all the time, and it's awesome. You guys are all like really cool artistic characters, but just your journey and like all these competitions you did and getting into that in that world, it seems like it's its own world even outside of the culinary world in some capacity.
Yeah, I mean, it just kind of all just really falls like in my, like she was asking, she's like, how many radio spots do you do a week? I'm like, whenever they call, I'll go. Like it's not like I plan them all, but I have another friend that's a DJ in the morning, and
You know, just because we try to like coordinate like certain things, like, you know, we try to have some sort of a master calendar of like
Fair
where everybody's at. But they're like, "Where's Gary?" And I'm like, you know, I know
knows?
he's fine because we haven't gotten a call otherwise. But
That's why I tried to schedule him out a month in advance.
and I got the reminder, and I literally went into panic mode until I went to the email, and I was like, okay, it's next Wednesday, because it was on Wednesday. I think you sent it. And I was like, oh my god, I'm not gonna be able to make that. But
Well, I'm the host of the Tucson Tasty Show, Wesley Source, here with Pastor John McClain, and we'll be right back. A special thank you to our sponsors, Kiki Rogers with Country Financial, Insurance, Vero Premium Beef, ERC Junction, Veteran Rescue Mission, Bella's Gelato, Pitcher Rocks, Cooling, Heating and Plumbing, Dirty Cactus Soap, Mafia Kitchen. When we come back, we're going to be doing the Tasty Bites with Pastor John, brought to you by ERC Junction. And stay tasty, Tucson. We'll be right back. Welcome back to the Tucson Tasty Show. I'm your host, Wesley Source, here with Pastor John McClain. How you doing over there? How was your break?
It was great. Yeah, I took a little nap and I wrote a poem.
You did?
Would you like me to read it?
Absolutely, please.
Next break.
Okay.
Yeah, I know I get you off
You
guard.
got me
every
off
time.
kilter all the time, yeah. So off kilter. I said off kilter, just for everybody to clarify. We're here with Sean Smiley of ERC Junction, and this is Tasty Bites with John. Take it.
Absolutely. My favorite part of the show.
Yeah.
Tasty Bites with Pastor John McClain, the place to expand your culinary horizons. Tasty Bites is brought to you by me, Sean Smiley, and ERC Junction.
All right, and we have Chef Gary Hickey of Charro Steak and Del Rey. What'd you bring for us today?
you said to kind of bring something that represents myself. I am and only breathe and live the restaurant, so I brought something that actually represents probably Charro Steak. It's probably our number one signature item that has the most social media following, and it actually happened as a mistake. So
As a mistake?
Yeah. So we brought you the lobster tomolata.
Ooh, I love that.
Wow.
So
Check it out.
so
Sorry, John. I might have to take you first.
You're actually fired, Sean.
when we were doing
Oh my gosh, look at
R&D for Charro Del Rey, we really wanted to do like a seafood tamale kind of dish. And nothing was just really coming together. You can imagine, me, Carlota, and Raymond are in a room, and flavors are what they are, and everybody's subjective. But finally, I got frustrated and just walked into the back and took a lobster and cut it in half and stuffed a tamale in it and baked it off, and the lobster tomolata was born. Yeah, we get them flown in 3 times a week from a lobster farm in Maine. It's called Inland Lobster Farm. They've been in business for like 135 years. Just a little family business. They sell their lobsters, and we buy them.
Maine
And
lobster.
yeah,
Mm.
delicious. That's a lot of paper towels.
You
It's
got
a
smile.
lobster.
We're going to town.
Here's
We
some,
got to get your photo here.
here's some.
We're doing the social media photo.
Oh, yeah?
Oh.
Okay.
You ready? We got to get
Hey,
Wesley. in the
John, I got
background.
the silverware
Thank you,
over
sir.
there.
And we're pausing to take photos for everybody
Wonderful
that's
for
out
the
there at
video.
Radio Land
It's not dead air.
and YouTube and everywhere else.
Then I just brought some of our signature salsas from a few of the restaurants. We got Charo Vitas pickled green salsa, little salsa verde from El Charo, Charo steak salsa rustico, and then the original salsa picante from El Charo.
Outstanding. Well, let's get this Maine lobster over to John. Is this gluten free?
It is.
So
Yeah.
this dish that you're giving us, where
What
can
is it?
other people that want to try it get it at?
Charo steak and Delray.
Okay.
Like I said, we do ship them in 3 times a week, so we don't always have them on hand. And they come in a variety of sizes. You can get 1 pound, 2 pounds, or 3 pounds. That is a 3-pounder right there for you. So
I'm going to get a fork for me.
oh, I brought you silver.
Oh,
Are you ready for your close up, John? Pastor John?
Kind of, you just peel that tail out, and I got some butter over here if you want it. Or
so what is this hot sauce you brought over?
that's our Cervezas. That's our airport
Cervezas,
brand.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
So that's our house hot sauce from Cervezas.
Butter?
Nothing crazy. It's like a Cholula or Tapatio.
No, it's absolutely delicious, and I'm glad that you brought that in. But yeah, I've had that quite a few times. I used to go there when it was across from Tucson Mall.
Yeah.
Mm,
And then recently in the airport when I was going to where was it going? I was going to Utah.
that's good.
And
Give that a try.
why don't we? What do you think, John? Tell
I'm
us about the
definitely going to be
lobster.
taking most of this home with me.
Absolutely.
Usually I let you guys take it, but today you could have a little piece of it. But
I don't
yeah,
think
most
there's
of
going
it's
to be any
going
left
with
to
me.
take home. Sorry.
Oh, really? You're that hungry?
We have a
Huh?
little aluminum foil.
Can I have a fork full there?
Absolutely.
I just want to get this over to the silent people in the back of the studio here. My mom and my younger brother are in studio with us because, of course, it's the holidays, so he's in town. So I wanted to make sure that they got a bite.
Younger, more handsome brother. Gotcha.
And the reason I asked that it was gluten free is because my mom actually has celiac disease. So, and I know that you guys are really great about that at Charo, the Charo family restaurants, right?
Yeah, with Chef Carlota, she has lupus, so she's very sensitive to a lot of foods that cause inflammation. So, pretty much 99% of all of our menus are gluten free.
Right.
All of our sauces are thickened with rice flour.
Mm-hmm.
The
So
only
we
thing
got-
that really isn't gluten free is the chimichanga. I mean, that's
Red sauce or green
the
sauce
only-
here.
Invented by Charo, right?
invented by Charo. Yeah.
That is actually a good question. There's a lot of debate whether it was the other place or if it was Charo.
It was definitely Tia Monica. Carlota was there.
There we go.
She was rolling
Got it
burritos
now.
for lunch, and the girls were playing in the kitchen, like they were always in the kitchen with their aunt. And Carlota ran behind her and bumped her, and she dropped a burrito in a pan of lard that was rendering out. And instead of saying a curse word in Spanish, she said chimichanga, and the rest is history. So.
That's awesome.
And the name again of this dish?
Lobster tamalada. So in the Mexican culture, if you go over to someone's house on the holidays, you are participating in a tamalada whether you wanted to or not. And it's basically a tamale making party.
Okay.
So this is our ode to that. It's a party on a plate.
So it's kind of like the
incredible.
lobster tamale. And sort of
Yeah,
interesting.
it's funny because we'll always get like, well, I thought it was going to be a lobster tamale, and people get it and they'll be like, this is amazing.
Yeah, I'd definitely rather take pretty much what seems like lobster with kind of the toppings of tamale on top of it rather than a lobster flavored tamale. So
Right.
yeah, I
Thank you.
prefer this. Yeah, so it's amazing. It's amazing. I love lobster. It's one of my
Really
favorite
does.
meats.
Oh, absolutely.
And you've just
This is killer.
turn it on its head.
Oh,
You
thank
put
you.
lobster on its head. You took something that was already delicious and added some more flavor to it. So well done.
How did that compare to the one that you got from Chef Seth?
It's more lobstery.
This is?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. The problem that we had with the dish from the Arizona Sands Club that we tried at the gastronomy group,
Mm-hmm.
not enough lobster, which I think it's probably something that's traditionally happens just because of the cost of lobster. It's just so expensive. You got to be kind of judicious with it. But you guys didn't spare the lobster over here. Man.
It's a Maine lobster.
Yeah.
That thing is like 20 pounds.
That's giant. This is larger than my 6-month-old baby. So yeah, I love it.
That's fair.
Well, I'm glad I could bring something, a little something.
So before we cut over to Sean to talk about ERC, I wanted to ask if you wanted to try that Pepper X hot sauce that we have here in studio with
Are you
us.
down?
Again, you get that amazing sticker. It's holographic, and only people that have had the hot sauce get to try some. I snuck some into John's food when he wasn't looking.
Did
so.
you? Yeah, I know. I would know. We would all know. I would
Why
be
aren't you going
sweating
crazy?
out of my eyes.
All right, he's putting a little dab on his
Is that
chip.
good or no?
Yeah, that's perfect.
He said that's perfect. I'm gonna be crying right
It's actually really, really tasty. That's a lot, actually. If you want to dab that off, there you go. Yeah, I don't want to take anybody out. But yeah, right.
Yeah.
And then you get that really good flavor on the tongue, and then it does build a bit. When Mike Elefante tried it, Chef Mike Elefante from Mama Luisa's, it was quite intense, but it has amazing flavor. In fact, just talking about it makes my mouth water.
Oh, it's good.
But yeah, you can get the last dab experience from hotones.com, right? Hotones.com.
What do you think? You're good?
You don't want any more?
I mean,
You get to split the sticker.
yeah.
No, I got another one.
You both got to get a sticker.
So Sean, tell us about ERC Junction.
Yeah, so we absolutely love helping local businesses here in Tucson and others nationwide because I know we're now national, right, Wesley?
We are. Yeah,
Fantastic.
We're found in everywhere in the world where you can listen to any podcast. So Apple, Spotify, Google Podcast, everywhere. Yeah.
Fantastic. Congrats on making that happen.
Well, thank you.
Yeah. So we love helping businesses who qualify get money back from the IRS. It's the best job on earth, right? Who doesn't want more money back from the IRS?
I do.
Right?
Pick
there
me.
you go. There you go.
Nice.
And not only can businesses who kept people employed get the employee retention credit, there's also now something called the self-employment tax credit. So if there are people who were self-employed at that time, definitely give us a call too. We can help them as well.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I definitely also want to, having met so many people that you've helped, so many organizations that you help, people that are listening right now, if you worked or if you had employees in 2020, 2021, if you were self-employed in those times, go to ercjunction.com. Give Sean a call. I mean, it's not going to cost you anything, and it may make you thousands of dollars. Like this man has made hundreds of thousands of dollars for people. Why not get your little piece?
It's exactly right.
In fact, you had a restaurant that had done ERC and they'd gotten around $400,000 back, and you redid it, and you were expecting a couple $1,000s more for them, but you got over $600,000 back.
That's
for
exactly
them
right. Yeah.
because they they didn't know better.
Right. The firm who did it for him didn't know all the rules.
Wow.
So
outstanding. Well, thank you very much for coming into studio with us, Sean. It was great to see you, Chef Gary, and everybody for Ami and we'll be right back and stay tasty, Tucson. This is the Tucson Tasty Show, and I'm your host, Wesley Source, here with Pastor John McClain. How you doing?
Blessed. Awesome. I got a big plate of lobster right here in front of me.
Massive lobster. That was
really
very generous
couldn't
of
ask for much more.
Chef Gary.
Yeah, it was cool. Chef Gary's just such a cool dude.
He is.
I like
He's
him
a lot
so
of fun.
much. Yeah.
I always love having him on the show. Have you ever been over to Del Rey or Charro Steak?
Absolutely.
Outstanding.
Yeah,
And we have
Charro Steak's phenomenal.
It is. We have Shannon of Tipsy Smash Mouth Barbecue. Did I get that right?
It sounds delicious. I don't even know what it is, but it sounds really good.
It's amazing. It's incredible. It's one of the. It's my new favorite barbecue place other than my backyard.
Okay.
Indeed.
And that's hard to beat, I promise. Have you ever been down to Charro Steak?
I have not. New to Tucson area, so
Okay.
I still
Fair
haven't
enough.
made my way down there
Yeah.
yet.
It is downtown, and it is right around the corner from. There's a couple places, Thunder Canyon Brewery, right down the street from the Monica. You know, it's all downtown. So yeah,
Okay.
it's delicious. Though you got to get out there and try it.
We'll have to check that out.
I mean, look at that thing over there, that monster beast.
Yeah. No, I seen. It was my apologies. I didn't bring any samples.
No. We're going to
Next
talk
time.
about you.
Next
That's okay.
time.
Next time. Now, we have you here to talk about Tipsy Smash Mouth Barbecue.
Yes.
How'd you come up with the name?
I was working in the classroom with my fellow coworker, and we were just throwing out names. And then I was also going over the list that I made with my wife, and it was like Smash Mouth Barbecue at first, and actually the coworker came up to it once you had Tipsy in front of it. It's like, huh, Tipsy Smash Mouth Barbecue. Like, I like it. So we took it and ran with it.
Nice.
And I got to sample. He built this sampler for me when I went out to hand deliver the entry form for the Tucson Charity Food Festival because he's going to do one of the briskets. And he had the sampler for me, and I was like, okay, you got to be on the show next week.
Interesting.
Because it was just I don't like pork ribs. I just don't.
Really?
I don't.
Interesting.
I like beef ribs, but I don't eat a lot of pork.
Except bacon.
Bacon I eat lots of.
Bacon.
Yeah. Well, bacon is its own delicacy. So yeah,
It is.
Yeah,
Good old
for
bacon.
sure.
And then sausage, of course. But yeah, I just don't eat a lot of pork, and they were amazing. It was absolutely incredible. And then I
Appreciate
ate
it.
the whole rib, which I typically take a bite and then
Oh,
move
now I'm
on.
getting excited.
And then the sausage. Tell us about the sausage.
Yeah, some hot link sausages that we cut up, and like I said, we season with love, and I based everything with the Tipsy juice. So while it's cooking and the marinades and that, and yeah, while it's
Tipsy
tasteful.
juice. That sounds
Nice.
delicious.
So yeah, so give us more of like for our listeners, or even for me, I've not heard of Tipsy Smash Mouth Barbecue before. Like, fill us in on like the 4 W's and the H.
I started in the middle of the pandemic, June 30th, 2020. It was actually, 2020 was a bet from one of your local U of A Wildcats, Michael Bell. He was like my high school tailback. I was his fullback and everything
Nice.
in high school and everything. So he challenged me to get on the corner and sell food because I kept telling him I was going to do it. I was going to do it. So it was a challenge. And the challenge turns into 3-year running business so far. So started off on the corner with a U-Haul, 1 table, and 2 backyard grills. Now I got a smoker I drive pull behind me. Nice little setup. And by just the word of mouth of my 1 year in Tucson, now on the radio show. So
Nice. Yeah.
it's coming along.
Where are you
Yeah, I'd
from?
say so.
Phoenix, Arizona.
Okay.
Nice. Okay. Phoenix.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's,
Phoenix.
Wildcat
Okay.
Country.
I grew up in Chandler.
Okay.
Yes, definitely Wildcat country.
It's Wildcat country.
Absolutely. Everywhere in Arizona is Wildcat country.
There is a what is it called? On the side of the road. Help me out.
I have nothing for you.
When you're driving down the highway and there's an advertisement on the side of the
billboard.
road. Billboard. Thank
Okay,
you.
there we go. That's a word.
My words are done for the week.
Yeah. Okay. Here's a couple.
Maybe I broke into the champagne a little too soon, but not really actually. But we went out to, so you're driving through Phoenix, and we got a billboard on the side of the road, and it literally says Wildcat Country. Welcome to Wildcat Country. Why? Because they have downtown Phoenix. I'm pretty sure it's bigger than the other school's entire campus. Downtown Phoenix.
Yeah,
Wildcat Country.
It is a big campus down there.
Yeah.
It is a big campus. I used to cook at a club downtown Phoenix, and it was right there, the big billboard. Campus
That's
is right
cool.
there, a couple stories high.
So with with your setup now, like, is there a static location people can find you, or is there a way that they can kind of get a hold of your different locations?
Yeah,
that they
I'm
can
on the
catch you?
food truck pub.
Okay.
And I'll post my location with the food truck pub, and
Okay.
you'll be able here soon to order food online. Be happy to have it picked up and delivered to you.
Nice.
But it'll tell you my exact location and where I'm at, and it's like always I'm posting on my Facebook and my Instagram too. So my location is right there as soon as you find me.
Is that
cool.
an app?
Yes,
Food truck hub?
food truck pub.
Pub.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. You know,
But
I'm
it-
going to download that right now.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then like it gives you like a little advertising code and all that good jazz,
Mhm.
and then you post that link to your social media. And that's like right there.
Nice.
You're like, where's
That's
Tipsy at
brilliant.
today? Oh, there he goes.
Nice.
So
And it's usually daily. You're going to set up one place or the other, or is it like once a week? What is there a routine around it?
right now it's just the weekends.
Okay.
I do my normal 9 to 5
Nice.
for right now until I
Nice.
can get it fully up and
Mhm.
running.
Yeah.
So, but on the weekends you can find me, and
That's
it's
cool.
either a local event or at the pit or at Casa Video, something like that.
Okay.
If
nice.
I'm not just on pick a random spot on the side of the road and try and
Mhm.
make it
So
happen.
Tipsy, is that your nickname now?
Yes,
That's
I've been
cool.
called that.
I like
Nice.
I've been called that a couple times.
Yeah.
He was actually referred to me by Kelly, excuse
Kelly.
me, Kelly from Dirty Cactus Soap. And I was very excited to try this stuff. But I'm looking forward to the brisket that you're going to cook for the Tucson Charity Food Festival. We have quite a few entries now, John.
Yeah. How many?
I'm
how many
really
left?
excited.
Coming up in 2 weeks.
Yeah, 2 weeks. You're right. Yep,
When I'm
2
ready.
weeks. And
Yeah. Wait.
we have we have 12 tentative, and then we have 5 confirmed. So
That's amazing.
Right.
Yeah.
That's the day after my birthday, so it's got to
Okay.
show up and
Beautiful.
show
That's
out.
Nice.
Early birthday
Yeah,
present.
for sure.
Yeah,
That's
And
super cool.
Winner.
indeed.
Yeah.
Chicken dinner.
Right.
And the nice thing about the brisket smoke-off that everybody gets to try some, and that's why the contestants have to bring in a 15-pound, so that after the judges get their pieces to try, then everybody else can actually do a popular vote, and we've got quite a prize for the winners of the brisket smoke-off.
Do we?
With the White Stallion Ranch.
Oh, okay, we do. That's
Yeah, we
correct.
talked about that, didn't we?
Absolutely. Yeah, I
Do
think
tell.
we've
What's the
talked about it
prize?
briefly, but there's just with this. I mean, it's this Tucson Charity Food Festival. It's awesome. It has a lot of moving parts. So
It
we've
does.
talked about a lot,
Fair enough.
and my memory isn't the best. So
But yeah, we're so whoever wins the brisket smoke-off is going to get a 2-night stay at the White Stallion Ranch, and that's a $600 value. Because the White Stallion Ranch, $1,200, excuse me, $1,200 value, because you get lodging, breakfast, and 2 activities per guest per day, right?
yeah,
Yeah,
It's a
so
gorgeous property.
Mhm.
It really
you get
is.
it is, and
Yeah.
you can go horseback riding. You can go. They've got a pool and everything else. So depending on what
you
you're
guys
going,
have yet to go yet, huh?
we have to find the time.
You'll get it. Yeah. We'll get through the holiday seasons. But
Maybe after the brisket, after the food charity.
yeah, hopefully, maybe God willing, the winner of the brisket cook-off could go with you and your wife, and you guys can it'd be like a little family affair out there at the White Stallion Ranch.
That's a good
Sounds
idea. We
nice.
can
Isn't that
host
fun?
them.
Yeah. Yeah, or something. I mean, at least that's probably the only way I'll be able to convince you to take some time out to actually go take a vacation. So Yeah.
I got to make sure that everybody's entertained.
I get it.
But we're also going to have a car show going, and we also have vendors out there, and we have quite a few vendors. I'm really excited, and every day I get more vendor requests. So
Nice.
we're going to have a lot of people out there. We're going to do a 50-50 raffle. We're going to do, if we have more donations for items, we're going to do a raffle for that. And we're just having a blast putting it together, and it benefits the Veteran Rescue Mission as well as the Shriner Hospital Transportation Fund.
Real nice.
Yeah, that's awesome.
So it's going to be, and then we have food trucks. By the way, yeah, we're going to have some of the best food trucks in Tucson. In fact, Tipsy Smash Mouth Barbecue is going to be there with the food truck as well as a brisket.
Nice.
And so it's going to be a great time. And we're going to have We're going to do the meat inspection on the 12th between 5 and 8. If you want to come out and watch what the meat inspection is, we're just looking at the beef brisket, and we want to make sure that nobody's injected anything or pre-brined it or pre-seasoned it, because everybody has a level playing field. After we do the meat inspection, it's game on.
This is sounds like the Super Bowl of meats here. Will there be a drug test during this thing too, or what are we talking about?
There might be.
Yeah, no performance enhancing drugs for this, right?
Mine tastes like candy. Sorry, you can't. But no, we're just gonna make sure that everybody stays safe and sober.
Yeah, nice.
That's the biggest thing.
Nice.
And we will have a bar, but you have to be 21 and older to go in there.
Beer sponsor as well, right?
We do. And because it's at the Knights of Columbus building, again, that's 601 South Tucson Boulevard on January 13th. Doors open at 10 a.m. For the food, or for the brisket smoke-off, food trucks, car show, and vendors, and it's going to be a blast. But we are going to have a beer sponsor. It's going to be Black Rock Brewers.
Very nice.
Absolutely incredible brewery.
I've actually set up at their location.
You have.
Nice.
I did talk to him about that. But we will see you next week. Thank you so much for joining us here today on the Tucson Tasty Show. Every Sunday, 3 to 4, tell your friends. We're going to have Chef John Hone, who's going to talk to us about Gap Ministries. Thank you to our special guest, Chef Gary, Chef Shannon, of course, Sean Smiley, Kiki Rogers, Country Financial, Vera Premium Beef, Veteran Rescue Mission, The Guys Next Door, Pitcher Rocks Cooling, Heating, Plumbing, and Dirty Cactus Soap, ERC Junction, Bella's Gelato, Mafia Kitchen. And as always, I am your host, Wesley Source, and stay tasty, Tucson.